Hello everyone. Today I am here again with a second part of chapter Climate, class ninth, Geography. In the previous video we talk about climate and weather. Then we talk about the climatic controls, that means latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from sea, land and ocean currents. Then we talk about the factor affecting Indian climate. And the last we discuss about the Indian monsoon. So in the today's video we start with the ITCZ zone. So what is ITC zone? That is Intratropical Convergence Zone. It is a narrow zone near the equator where northern and southern air masses converge, typically producing low atmospheric pressure. Now we start with the mechanism of monsoon. So we have already discussed in our previous video also about the mechanism of monsoon, in which the presence of high pressure area, that means east of Madagascar, approximately at 20 degrees south over the Indian Ocean, affect the Indian monsoon. The intensity and position of this high pressure area affect the Indian monsoon. Then the Tibetan Plateau uh, get intensely heated during summer, which result in strong vertical air current and the formation of low pressure over the plateau at about 9 km above sea level. Then El Nino Southern Oscillation. The change in the pressure condition over the southern ocean also affect the monsoon. The irregular periodic variation in wind and sea surface temperature over the tropical eastern Pacific Ocean that affects the climate of the tropical and subtropical is known as Southern Oscillation or SO. So normally when the tropical eastern southern Pacific Ocean experience high pressure, the tropical eastern Indian Ocean experiences low pressure. But in certain years there is a reversal in the pressure condition and the eastern Pacific has low pressure in comparison to the Indian Ocean. So already told you that this periodic change in pressure condition is known as southern oscillation. Now the onset of monsoon and the duration of the monsoon is between 100 to 120 days from early June to mid September. Around the time of its arrival, the normal rainfall increases suddenly and continues constantly for several days, which is known as the burst of monsoon. Arrival of monsoon in different part of the India. The monsoon arrived at the southern tip of Indian Peninsula generally by the first week of June. Subsequently, it proceeded into two, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai on approximately the 10th June. The Bay of Bengal branch arrived in Assam in the first week of June. By mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon arrived over Saurashtra, Kutch and the central part of country. The Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal branch of the monsoon merge over the northwestern part of the Ganga plain. Delhi received the monsoon showers from the Bay of Bengal branch by the end of June. By the first week of July, western UP, Punjab, Haryana, and eastern Rajasthan experiences the monsoon. By mid July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. Now, the withdrawal of the monsoon. The withdrawal of the monsoon begins in northwestern state of India by early September. By mid-October, it withdraws completely from the northern half of the peninsula. From north to the south, withdrawal of monsoon takes place from the first week of December to the first week of January. By early December, the monsoon has withdrawal from the rest of the country. Now, the seasons. 4 main seasons can be identified in India: the cold weather season, the hot weather season, that means summer, the advancing monsoon, that means rainy season, and the retreating monsoon with some regional variation. So, first of all, we talk about summer season. That means the hot weather season, summer. From March to May, hot weather season is observed in India. The summer month experiences rising temperature and falling air pressure in the northern part of the country. A striking feature of the hot weather season is the Loo. Loo is the strongest, gusty, hot, dry wind blowing during the day over the north and the northwestern India. Towards the close of the summer season, pre-monsoon showers come which help in the early ripening of the mango and are often referred to as mango showers. Now, winter season, that means the cold weather season. Winter begins from mid-November in northern India and stays till February. The temperatures ranges between 10 degree to 15 degrees Celsius in the northern plain, while it ranges between 24 to 25 degrees Celsius in Chennai. Days are warmer and nights are cold. The northeast trade winds prevail over the country in this season. As the wind blows from land to sea, most part of the country experiences a dry season. The weather is marked by clear sky, low temperature and low humidity and feeble variable winds. This season is extremely important for the cultivation of rabi crops also. The inflow of the cyclonic disturbances from the west and the northwest is a characteristic feature of the cold weather over the northern plain. These low pressure systems originated over the Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia and move into India. They causes winter rain over the plains and snowfall in the mountain. The winter rainfall is in small amount but is very important for the rabi crop. This rainfall is locally known as Mahavat. Now, the advancing monsoon. The rainy season begins from early June. Southeast trade winds originated over the warm subtropical area of the Southern Ocean. They crosses the equator and blow in a southwesterly direction, entering the Indian Peninsula as the southwest monsoon. The monsoon wind covered the country in about a month. The windward side of the Western Ghat received very heavy rainfall early in the rainy season. The Deccan Plateau and the part of MP also received some rain in spite of lying in the rain shadow area. The northeastern part of the country received the maximum rainfall of this season. Rainfall in the Ganga Valley decreases from east to west. Rajasthan and a part of Gujarat get scanty rainfall. The monsoon is famous for its uncertainty. Now the retreating monsoon. The month of October to November form a period of transition from hot rainy season to dry winter conditions. The retreat of the monsoon is marked by clear sky and rise in temperature. While day temperatures are high, nights are cool and pleasant. Owing to the condition of high temperature and humidity, the weather became rather oppressive during the day. This is commonly known as October heat. In the second half of the October, the mercury began to fall rapidly in northern India. The low pressure conditions over northwesterly India moved to the Bay of Bengal by early November. So, the shift led to cyclonic depression over the Andaman Sea. These cyclones usually cross the eastern coast of India and causes heavy and widespread rain. These cyclones may also arrive at the coast of Orissa, West Bengal and Bangladesh. These cyclones contribute to the bulk of the rainfall of the Coromandel coast. Now distribution of rainfall. The western coast and the northeastern India receive over 400 cm of rainfall annually. Rainfall is less than 60 cm in western Rajasthan and adjoining part of Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab. Rainfall is low in the interior of Deccan Plateau and east of the Sahyadris. Snowfall is restricted to the Himalayas region. The annual rainfall is highly variable from year to year. The area around Leh also get low rainfall. Now the monsoon as a unified bond. The unifying influence of the monsoon on the Indian subcontinent is quite noticeable. Although there are wide variation in weather pattern across India, the monsoon brings some unifying influence. The India landscape, its flora and fauna, etc. are highly influenced by the monsoon. The entire agricultural calendar in India is governed by the monsoon. Most of the festivals in India are related to the agricultural cycles. These festivals may be known by different names in different parts of the country, but their celebration is decided by the monsoon. Due to these reasons, monsoon is often a great unifying factors in India. The seasonal alternation of the wind system and the associated weather conditions provide a rhythmic cycles of seasons. The uncertainties of rain and uneven distribution are very much typical of the monsoon. Year after year, people of India from north to south and from east to west eagerly await the arrival of the monsoon. These monsoons wind the whole country by providing water to set the agricultural activities in motion. So we have completed this chapter. Hope you like this video. Thank you.